Welcome to The Explainer. All right, we're jumping right in today for a full forensic teardown of one of the most credible and mind-bending UFO encounters of our time. But forget little green men. We're following a paper trail that leads straight into the heart of a top-secret U.S. black project.
So let's start with a man who was there, who saw it with his own eyes. Commander David Fravor. We're talking a top-tier Navy pilot. And he describes something that, well, it simply shouldn't exist. A smooth, white Tic Tac with no wings, no rotors, no nothing. And this is where the mystery begins.
Now, before we get to the how, we have to wrap our heads around the what, because to really understand the solution here, you've got to appreciate the sheer scale of the problem. What Commander Fravor and the entire USS Nimitz carrier group saw wasn't just weird, it was, by every law of physics we know, completely and utterly impossible.
Just look at this timeline. This wasn't some blurry flash in the sky. This was a sustained, tactical engagement. It starts with something strange happening under the water. Then this thing ascends, hovers, plays a game of cat and mouse with an F-18, and then, poof, it vanishes, only to reappear almost instantly 60 miles away. That sequence of events right there tells you we're not dealing with any technology we know.
And this is just a laundry list of impossibilities. I mean, pick any one of these. Dropping from the edge of space to the ocean in less than a second. That alone is revolutionary. But all of them, in one craft, that changes everything. No wings, no engine heat, accelerations that would crush any pilot and tear any metal apart. This paints a picture of a machine that isn't just flying through our atmosphere. It's operating on a whole different level of reality.
So, how in the world do you explain something that's impossible? Well, you start looking for the blueprints. But what if those blueprints weren't locked away in some vault in Area 51? What if they were hiding in the one place nobody would ever think to look? The public record.
And that brings us to the main character in our investigation, a U.S. Navy aerospace engineer named Dr. Salvatore Pais. Now get this, between 2016 and 2019, while working for the Navy, he filed a series of patents for devices that could, in his own words, engineer the fabric of reality.
And right here, this is the smoking gun. U.S. Patent 10-144-532-B2. It's for a craft using an inertial mass reduction device. And look who it's assigned to, the Secretary of the Navy. This isn't some theoretical paper from a university. This is a government-owned blueprint for an honest-to-God anti-gravity machine.
The core science is called the Pais Effect. And basically what it describes is a way to create an energy field so incredibly intense that it creates a polarized vacuum around the ship. In simple terms, it pushes the very fabric of the universe away from the craft. It's wild stuff.
So how does this thing actually work? How do you make a solid object, well, nearly massless? Let's pop the hood and break it down, because this is where science fiction becomes some seriously hard engineering.
Okay, so it's a four-step process. First, you pump a ridiculous amount of microwave energy into the craft's skin. Second, that seamless Tic Tac-shaped hull isn't just for looks. It acts like a resonant chamber, bouncing that energy around and amplifying it. This creates that polarized vacuum bubble around the ship, which is the real magic trick. That bubble effectively disconnects the craft from normal physics, making its mass drop to almost nothing. It's like a giant microwave oven, but instead of heating up your dinner, it's cooking space-time itself.
And here's why that's a total game changer. You know inertia, right? The law of physics that says a moving object wants to keep moving? Well, if a craft has basically zero mass, that law just goes right out the window. It doesn't apply anymore.
And what does that look like? It looks like this. The ability to pull over 5,000 Gs of acceleration. This allows it to make those instantaneous, right-angle turns at supersonic speeds, a move that would snap a titanium fighter jet and its pilot into a million pieces.
So, we have the theory and we have the patent. How well does it actually line up with what Commander Fravor saw back in 2004? Let's put them side by side and see. I mean, look at this. The connection is just stunning. It's a one-to-one match. Every single impossible feature of the Tic Tac has a specific, direct engineering solution spelled out in the Navy's own patent documents. No wings? That's because it uses field propulsion. Instant acceleration? That's the near-zero mass. Even that smooth, white body isn't just cosmetic. It's a critical piece of the engine. It's the resonant cavity. Okay, let's zoom in on two of the most baffling parts of this whole encounter and see exactly how the patents explain them away.
Think about this for a second. At hypersonic speeds, hitting the ocean is like slamming full force into a concrete wall. The impact should have pulverized it, yet the Tic Tac was tracked moving from the air to the water like the water wasn't even there.
And here's the secret. The technology doesn't just make the craft lighter. That intense microwave field around the hull literally flash boils the water in its path milliseconds before it makes contact. So it's not really flying through the water. It's flying through a frictionless bubble of steam that it creates itself.
And what about that cold thermal signature? Any normal object moving that fast should be glowing white-hot from air friction. But remember, the Tic Tac is flying inside its own vacuum bubble, so there's no friction. And even better, the patents describe a skin made from a metamaterial that's endothermic, which is a fancy way of saying it actively absorbs its own waste heat and converts it back into power. The skin isn't just a shield, it's part of the power plant.
So when you put all the pieces on the table, the Top Gun eyewitness testimony, the hard radar data, and these incredibly specific public patent filings, the conclusion becomes pretty much unavoidable.
Commander Fravor didn't have a close encounter with visitors from another world. Nope, he ran into something built much, much closer to home.
What he intercepted was a highly classified U.S. black project, and according to the source material for this analysis, this next-generation drone has a name, the CL-957.
And the manufacturer? The research points directly to Lockheed Martin's legendary Skunk Works, the same people who built the stealth fighter, using decades of black-budget research to turn Dr. Pues's theories into working hardware.
So what was it doing out there in 2004? Simple. It was a live-fire field test of their ultimate weapon, and they were using the most advanced carrier strike group in the world as an unwitting target. The U.S. Navy wasn't the observer that day. They were the guinea pig.
And all this leaves us with one last pretty chilling question. If the blueprints for a craft that completely rewrites the laws of physics are just sitting there in the public patent office, filed by the Navy itself, what other world-changing secrets are hiding in plain sight?